Hello everyone, welcome back to Ruxin Sports where yeah, this was not a great week. So let's just get right into it. Ignore this. Molly got her throw up on my shirt. So I could have changed shirts, but it wasn't that bad. So I was like, she's going to do it again. So let's just keep going. Okay, so if you guys have not subscribed to this channel, basically what we do is we make NFL picks on the ESPN Pick'em, and then we also do stuff like talk about NBA, which I'm going to be recapping fairly soon. Probably like a 2-week update to see how my picks are doing for the future. So far, I feel pretty good. I think a couple of random teams like the Magic are not doing so good, but it's definitely going to be interesting with like the Bulls being 4-0, which is awesome because I have them over like 33.5 wins or something. They're looking very good so far. Sixers not looking so good because they're like 5-0. So, and I have them under. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to check in on those. Let's get to the NFL picks, which were an absolute nightmare this week. So, you remember last week we are down quite a bit. Oh, 4-9. Okay, let's just get to it. Chargers. So we started off on Thursday with an easy win. Like the Chargers never in doubt that they were going to cover this 3.5. And I remember thinking on Thursday, well, it looks like no matter what, I'm going to have a pretty good week. I already started off 1-0. And then I'm like, well, I guess I could lose like 5 in a row, and that would be bad. I didn't lose 5 in a row. Falcons. Wow. Atlanta fan, I think we're cooked. 12 wins. I mean, they would literally have to lose one more game. They're terrible. They lost to the Dolphins and the Panthers, though the Panthers are okay. Wow, this was an ugly game. Just completely terrible. Dominated by the Dolphins. Just the Falcons did everything they could to lose. Awful. I mean, what more do I say? I don't know if, I thought we could trust Atlanta at home to at least win. They lost by 24 points to the Dolphins. Not good. Panthers, speaking of, another thing I should mention is that apparently they're like the favorites are covering everything. So we're going to have to keep like that in mind for the next picks, but I think they're probably going to, juice the lines for that. But Panthers got absolutely destroyed. It was 40-3. If you have Chuba Hubbard, that was a nice like garbage time touchdown he got there, but this was never, ever, ever, ever close. Bryce Young was out. I didn't really realize that when we made the pick. There were some flippity doos like here we had Kirk Cousins. I didn't know that was going to happen. We thought we had Penix. Now, I don't know if Penix would have made the game that much different, but he was definitely going to be better than Kirk Cousins. He was absolutely awful. Speaking of awful, we have Andy Dalton. He was awful. Just all these backups were so bad. Speaking of backups, you may have remembered me picking the Ravens. Well, guess what? They got Huntley in, and I flipped it. I'm never doing that again. I'm not, because I actually would have gotten it right. But I'm like, oh, Huntley? They could beat Huntley, the Bears. Why would I think the Bears could beat anybody? But they didn't even have to win. They just lose by 6. They lost by 14 points to a backup quarterback. Oh my gosh. Like, this was a nightmare. This whole first slate was a nightmare. Then 49ers lose to the Texans. CJ Stroud actually looks good for once. Good for my dynasty team because every other quarterback is terrible. Like Bryce Young, he's hurt. Who else do I have? I have the backup for the Vikings and Carson Wentz. It's bad. Okay, so yeah, they looked horrible. The Texans, honestly, their defense is amazing. Then I had the Giants plus 7.5. Scadaboo, gruesome injury. Honestly, my stomach was like churning watching that. I saw it for that long. Like as soon as I saw it, I turned it off. It was on my phone. I was like, oh my gosh. That was disgusting. And I feel really bad for him. I heard it was like, I'm not going to get too graphic, but it was a really bad injury. So hopefully he's able to come back. But that dude's insane. I honestly thought he would like give himself like 3 concussions, the way he runs. But then he got an ankle injury. I didn't even see how it got hurt. I just saw him afterwards and I was like, okay, I'm out on that one. So that kind of took like the wins out of the sails for the Giants because Dart, and him are like boys. So he seemed like he was pretty upset. So I think that was a big impact on why they ended up getting killed. And it's going to be bad for the future because like he was such a spark plug for them, just like getting them pumped and just being a really solid running back, like good receiving running back, good rushing running back. He's just good. Then we have the dumbest one of the day. I mean, this one, I was like, at least I'm going to get the Jets because the Jets were up 38 to, no, we're down. Sorry, the Jets were down to the Bengals. 38-23. Is that what it was? No, 38-24. They're up 14. I'm like, okay, we're good. Like, how do you blow that? Unless they do that stupid thing where they score a touchdown and go for 2 when they're down by 2 touchdowns. They're not going to do that. They're the Jets. They're terribly They did it. They scored a touchdown. Went for 2, and then it was like this whole review thing where like the guy caught it and landed, they called him short. Then they reviewed it and like the ball like hits his arm and like here's the line and it goes like this and it like maybe touches the line, just barely. So they gave it to him. So then they've covered at that point. I'm like, well, the Bengals aren't going to score again, so I don't really care what happens in this game. Well, what happens was the Jets came back and won. The Bengals lost with 38 points to the Jets. They go up 39 points to the Jets. Unreal. I mean, that's a first win right there. The good side is my Titans are also 1 win. So if we can get another first round pick, maybe somebody else will need a quarterback, they can trade up. They can offer us like their first and another first, and we can like stock up on first rounders because our team is absolutely terrible and Cam Ward needs all the protection and the receivers and all that stuff that we don't have. So maybe that can happen when we get the first pick. Come on, Jets, keep getting wins. And here was the last of the first slate. So I went, if you guys didn't keep count there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0 for 7 on the first slate at 12 o'clock. 0 for 7. So remember when I was like, yeah, 1-0, I'll be good. I mean, what could go wrong? I could lose 5 in a row. No, how about lose 7 in a row? This was awful. I decided to pick all these terrible teams. I picked the Browns. I picked the one terrible team I didn't pick, the Giants. We had the, okay, this one was both decent teams. I had the Bears. I had the Panthers. I had the Falcons. Like all these awful teams. And look what happened. Not a single one covered except the Jets, who I didn't pick. This was unfortunate. Browns, I mean, the Patriots they're just good. They're just good right now. All right, the afternoon slate saved me a little bit. We had the Buccaneers decimating the Saints. The Saints scored 3 points. They benched Spencer Rattler. I can't say his name. And they got that other guy in, Tyler Show or whatever. I don't know how to say his name. But he obviously isn't good. They scored 3 points. The Bucs honestly didn't look great either. Baker had like 4 fantasy points, which was brutal. I have him in like 3 leagues. So my fantasy team this week, no JSN. I have him in almost every league. Baker was terrible. I have him in like 3 of my leagues. It was bad. It was really bad. Bijan, terrible game. It was just not good. But I did get this one. I got the pick. Then we had the Broncos, Cowboys. Luckily, I didn't pick the Cowboys because they looked terrible in this game. The Broncos absolutely dominant. Broncos are absolutely on a roll right now. After that Giants thing, they scored like 1 billion points in the next 5 quarters. Kind of crazy. This is the easiest pick of the week, just picking at the Titans. I know they're 10.5-point underdogs this week. I saw that already, and it's at home. I'm still picking against them. I'm going to be careful with the high lines on like home dogs and stuff like that. But with the Titans, I am never, ever picking the Titans. They never, ever cover. Never. They're not even competitively close to covering. They needed to lose by 14 here. They lost by 24. They weren't even in backdoor touchdown range. Like, I think they backdoored the 14. It was 38-7. So terrible, terrible. Then we had the Sunday night game. It looked like the Steelers had a chance to be in this, and then it kind of just fell apart down the stretch. Boswell was insane if you had him in fantasy with 5 field goals. I mean, 22 fantasy points, I think, in standard leagues. That was amazing, but the Packers they're just better. The Steelers giving up a lot of points every week. Kind of scary. I like them at home at plus 3.5. They had the hook, but I mean, when you give up 35, it's hard to keep it, within 3. And then, Washington. I don't remember if we knew Mariota was starting or not, but I don't know why I picked Washington. I mean, Mariota was hard to watch. He used to be our quarterback. The one touchdown they had, he threw that thing about 2,000 feet in the air, if you guys saw that. And McLaurin was wide open, and he throws it like an air balloon. And somehow McLaurin keeps his feet in bounds and gets a touchdown. It was crazy. But 47 points, I was 35. Okay, I wasn't that close. Let's get to the next week. We got to regroup, okay? Because I just went 4-9. Definitely our worst week. So look, if you guys are there, some of you guys have been there. You guys have had 4 win weeks. It's time to regroup. We need to recalibrate. What was our problem this week? Pick too many bad teams. Too many bad teams. Oh, I didn't pick the Dolphins and they won. Okay, so this is a tough one because we got juked by Lamar, who wasn't in again. Here's why I'm going to be careful with these home dogs that are over a touchdown underdogs. Here's why, first of all, the Ravens look great this week. Here's why I want to go with the Ravens. And here's why I went with the Browns or the Falcons last week. I mean, first of all, at home, and they had Bijan against the terrible run defense. I still feel like that was the right pick, thinking it was Penix. If Lamar's back and Derrick Henry and they're running it up the middle on this terrible run defense, I know the defense is a little sketchy for the Ravens. I mean, 7.5 is huge for a 2-win team, but they should just be able to control this game and run. The problem is Lamar and Derrick Henry, they've been known to let people back in the game, especially Lamar. And this year, Derrick Henry with all the fumbles. Can the Dolphins just backdoor, they're down 14, score a touchdown? Probably. And that makes me think I should go with the underdog because this feels like 7.5 is a crazy number for being in Miami. Like this could be really hot. Oh, this is 7:15. This is an international game. So this must be, oh, this is international 7.5 point spread. Oh man, I'm about to pick another terrible team. The Ravens in an international game. Lamar's just coming back, maybe. I feel like I'm going to be wrong, but I can't pick an internet. No, this is Thursday. I'm stupid. So this is in Miami, but it's not going to be as hot. Okay, so it should just be able to run all over them. It should be able to run all of them. I'm going to go Ravens. I'm going to regret it. Let's keep going. Bengals are 2.5 point underdogs against the Bears. Man, they're coming off a really tough loss. I hate the Bears. I hate them. After last week with the Ravens, I hate them. I got to go Bengals. I know the Bengals just lost to the Jets. They scored 38 points. And are the Bears going to be able to score more than 30? I mean, I think they probably won't score 38, but I think the Bengals are pretty formidable with Joe Flacco. They're probably going to score at least 25. The Bears offense, I just don't like Caleb Williams, honestly. I think the receivers are pretty good. Like they have good, decent running backs. Swift's playing well. I just hate their quarterback. Like I just do not like Caleb Williams. Let's go with the Bengals at home as an underdog. Detroit is minus 8.5 this is the easiest pick for me. Detroit looks really good and the Vikings look absolutely horrible. They have no quarterback. They just got absolutely destroyed this week. That's an easy favorite pick for me. Let's go with that. Wow, the Packers are 12.5 point favorites against the Panthers. Is Bryce Young back? Let me look this up real quick. Is Bryce Young back? Bryce Young injury. Let's see. Doesn't impact latest Bryce Young doesn't impact odds. Okay, with an ankle injury, he really didn't do much to lead up. Listed as doubtful for week 8. Are we on week 8? No, we're on week 9. That doesn't help me. Okay. Okay, it's in question. He's a full participant in practice. Okay, he's playing. If Bryce Young is playing, now I know they're on the road. The Packers just have not really impressed me that much. 12.5 is a lot. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. I think they can keep it. I don't necessarily think the Panthers are going to win. They're not as good on the road. But if Bryce Young is playing, I feel much better than if Andy Dalton's playing because he looked awful, like bad. They've got 2 decent running backs. They've got an okay quarterback. I know it's the Packers, but the Packers have been known to kind of lay a stinker here and there. They looked pretty good last week against the Steelers. They've been kind of stinky in a lot of games. So I'm gonna expect them to maybe kind of come out a little lackadaisical and not be so great. And then probably win by 3 or 7. Okay, Chargers at the Titans. Okay, some people are picking the Titans. I will absolutely not be doing that. Until the Titans cover a spread, I will not be picking them. Chargers 9.5. Now, this is a ridiculous spread for a road team. That means they're 12 points better, and they're probably 100 points better than the Titans. The Titans are awful. Their defense can't stop anybody. Their offense can't score more than 14 points. It's terrible. The whole situation's bad. Cam Ward, I still believe in you. I really, honestly, have not watched so many Titans games because they're always the ones it's like, do I really want to have it on the side? And I'm like, oh, we're down 14. We're down 21. Oh, we're down 20. Oh, great. There goes another turnover. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Wow, the Patriots are only 5.5 point favorites. Can I hammer that any harder against the Falcons, who just lost by 24 points at home, and they're on the road? And I'm guessing Penix is back, but what if he's not and it's Kirk Cousins? That is the easiest pick of the year. I guess it's kind of like a Patriots letdown kind of thing because they're just beating everybody by like 24 points. But Drake May, balling right now. Every Falcons player, not balling right now. 5.5 at home? It's not even on the road? Yes. Patriots, please. All right. Giants in San Francisco. The San Franciscos, the 49ers, they're not looking so good. The San Franciscos are what Chelsea would call somebody. Not so good. Not looking so good. Hard to watch. McCaffrey's been pretty good. He wasn't as good this week, but they've definitely been a iffy team. Now they have 5 wins, so it's very solid, but they've definitely been iffy. The Giants just lost Scatterboo, though. It's at home. They kind of need a win. They're 2-6, but I know Jackson Dart's fun and all, but this Giants team without Scatterboo, You got 49ers who are in a really tough division with the Seahawks and the Rams, and they got to keep pace. Like, you got to win every game. You don't get a week off. You don't get to be like, we got 5 wins. We can lose this one to the Giants. You kind of have to beat the Giants when you got to keep up in the AFC West. Like, AFC, right? AFC West? NFC West. NFC. NFC? Yes. Rams are, NFC. Okay. All right, got to get that right. Definitely going with the 49ers here, who are in the NFC. Okay. Then we're going to Colts Steelers. After what I just saw from the Steelers defense and the Colts offense, I am hammering the Colts. These guys can score at will. And we just saw the Steelers lost 35-25. The Colts put up 38 points every week. So if they get 38, I don't think the Steelers are scoring 35. Rodgers is playing well, but 35 is a lot of points. The Colts defense, this could actually be a really fun game, to be honest. I could see it being 38-35. I don't think it's going to. I think it's more likely the Colts win 42-28 or something like that. But I could see it being back for a touchdown. This should be a lot of fun. If you have fantasy guys in this, which I guess would be like Michael Pittman, the quarterbacks, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers. Metcalf is kind of not good for, how good the Steelers offense is. I don't even know who you're playing for the Steelers offense besides like maybe Warren or the backup if he's playing. Okay. Broncos, Texans. Texans do need to win this one. This is some good defenses right here. I mean, Bo Nix could have like 4 interceptions knowing him, but also with the way he's playing, he could have 5 touchdowns. Probably not against the Texans defense, though. This is a very interesting one. It's at the Texans. It's basically an even spread at 1.5. I like both these teams. I think Houston is okay. Their offense is definitely like mediocre, and their defense is great. But Denver's kind of the same way. Their defense is great. I think their offense is better than the Texans, though. They're probably, top half, and Texans are maybe like top 20, they're a few spots back. I mean, Bo Nix can actually look pretty good sometimes. I need the Texans to win because I have them, winning the AFC South, and with the Colts being 7-1, it's probably not going to happen. The Broncos are rolling right now. I'm going to go Broncos because they're rolling. The Texans had a nice win, but they're 3-4 overall. In an even spread game, I'm going to take the team with 6 wins. And honestly, pretty impressive. Now, one of them, they could have lost that Giants game. Jacksonville Jags and Las Vegas Raiders. I hate both these teams. The Raiders are terrible, but they are at home plus 3.5. I don't want to pick the Jaguars. Please don't make me. Jacksonville is so bad, but the Raiders are absolutely atrocious. Like, disgustingly bad. Now, the Jags do force some turnovers, and Geno Smith is a turnover machine. So that'll probably be a good combination for the Jags. I got to go with Jags. I can't pick the Raiders right now. Like, who they beat? The Titans and the Patriots week 1, which is weird. But the Titans. So that doesn't really count. So they really have 1 win. Yeah, let's just... I don't want to watch 1 second of that game. Saints at Rams, and the Saints have this new quarterback. 13.5 is ridiculous. But this new quarterback, they had 3 points last game. The 2 quarterbacks combined scored 3 against the Bucks, who are not exactly like a juggernaut defense or anything. They're okay. The Rams have a pretty awesome defense, and they have an incredible offense. I expect them to take care of business here. This is probably like a 28-7 game, 31-10, something like that. This should be a blowout. This is the game of the week. Chiefs at Bills. The Chiefs are favored in Buffalo. Wow. The Chiefs have looked really good this year. They have 3 losses. They could have, 2 or 1. They've been in some games. I think all 3 games were 1-score losses, so they kind of bounced back from last year, winning every close game. The Buffalo Bills are 5-2. Their defense has been a little, They had some guys, come back last week. I think one of them got hurt again. But, this is really tough. At the Bills, this game is a Sunday afternoon game. I honestly want to go with the Chiefs just because the Chiefs are playing well. They've got Xavier Worthy back. They got Rashee Rice back. They've got Juju playing decent. They've got Hollywood Brown. Like, they actually have weapons on offense for once. Like, it's been a long time since they've had weapons. The running backs are playing better. Pacheco and Kareem Hunt are like a good, 2 kind of not great running backs, but together they're decent. And Mahomes is playing well. Josh Allen, I've said this. Now, they looked a lot better this week. They killed the Panthers. But he has had some little iffy moments, in my opinion. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the Bills every time. They always find a way. Now, Josh Allen, I'm not going to rule it out with him. He's a great quarterback. He could go off for 50 fantasy points, a bunch of rushing touchdowns and stuff, throwing for 300 yards. It could happen. But I'm going to go with the proven thing. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they look pretty good this year. Seattle at Washington. I don't care if Jane Daniels is playing. I don't care who's playing. Washington is horrible. I hate watching Washington. I hate Jane Daniels. I hate Terry McLaurin, even though he did have a pretty good game the other day. If you have them in fantasy, this is why. This is all fantasy hate. You have Jaden Daniels. He gets hurt at the drop of a hat. Somebody touches his arm. All of a sudden, his ankle hurts. Somebody looks at him funny. He's got a headache. Somebody thinks about how he's on their fantasy team. He says, you know what? I'm out for the game. Let's put Mariota in to finish this thing in halftime against the Cowboys, the best matchup in the entire world, where the Cowboys give up hundreds of points every week. How about I just go out because my tooth hurts? I'm out. But toothaches are no joke. I shouldn't even make fun of that. But I don't care who's playing this game. I am not going with the Commanders anymore. They have burned me too much. Seattle's been awesome. They've been really good. And as I said, their division's tough. They got to win. It's on the road. They're underdogs, but I don't care. I don't care. Give them to me. Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet. Give me Jackson Smith and Jigba, one of the best receivers in the league. The number one fantasy receiver. Dude's a stud. Yeah, let's go with that. And then, oh, that's the Sunday night game. Okay, that's unfortunate. We have to watch Washington on Sunday night. Cardinals at Cowboys Monday night. Wow, these are two bad teams. Cowboys could score, though. Kyler Murray might be back. I don't care if he is back. I don't care if he is back. I mean, honestly, it might even be better for the Cowboys if he's not. It's hard to pick the Cowboys because they give up 40 points a game, and you got to always go with the over with them because even if they don't score a lot, they give up 40 points. I don't like either of these teams. We got 2-5. We got 3-4-1. The Cowboys kind of need this. The Arizona Cardinals haven't won in 6 weeks. They won week 2. That was the last win. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. The total points, let's say 42. No, maybe not 42. 38-31. So that would be what? 69 points. Let's do that. 69. Nice. Okay, let's check in on the groups. I'm sure you guys all did better than I did. Not pretty. So if you guys haven't joined our group, our Ruxin Sports Pick'em, go check it out where we all have our picks in. Let's see who was worst. I was not worst. Mozzie Tozzie had 20 points. Yeah, I feel you, dude. It was rough. ESPN Grappling Hero, ESPN Fan, but you had two. Do you have 2 entries here, or is that 2 different ones? Grappling Hero and Pogno, we all were the 40-point club. Yeah, there were a lot of buys, so at least we only lost, out of 13, but it was still terrible. Yeah. So, yeah, we did not do so good. Let's see who did the best. Super Hippo, 100 points. Congrats, Super Hippo. OVO, 100 points. You guys did really well. 90 points is super respectable. Drew Nose, Empty Packs. 80 is still good because you went 8-5. That's super solid. I'll tell you what's not respectable. That right there, 40 points. That's my worst week of the year. But you know what that means? We're going to bounce back right now. We're going to bounce back. My picks this week are going crazy. I have a great feeling. If you do not tail these picks, the only way you should do it is by doing the opposite side, because then you'll probably win every single one based on last week. But yeah, cool. I have a feeling this week's going to be better. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe to Ruxin Sports. If you want to see more basketball or football content, let me know in the comments. I can make some. College basketball's coming up. I don't want to talk about Arkansas. The Hogs are looking pretty good. There's a lot of good, interesting storylines coming out. Maybe I could talk a little NBA, Cooper Flag, Wembanyama. Whoa. I did a Dynasty Basketball League. I can talk about my team. I don't know. Whatever you guys want, let me know in the comments, and we can make that happen. Make sure you join this Picks League. I'll have the link in the description and in the comments. I'll see you guys for the next video. It's been fun. Good luck on your picks. Hopefully better than I did. Peace.